Hello. So this replay is going second, and we're playing against Fenrir control again. This is kind of a less than optimal hand. We do have two hand traps, and we do kind of have engine, but we have to dance around what my opponent has. This could, this might not be enough to play through interruptions, and so he didn't open that well. And I didn't shotgun Maxi because I think around this point I stopped respecting Unicorn. I just in Kashtira in general, I think the Kashtira deck is not like the pure Kashtira deck is not very good. It's like the type of deck that has no interaction into Zeus. Not that Mathmech plays Zeus, but it just gives you like a lot of opportunities to just out their board, and they don't have much recovery. But anyway, the only thing you're really respecting is Fenrir Splash or something like that, which isn't always the case. In fact, he just didn't even have much. Anyway, he had 4 cards in hand, so there's a good chance he had Maxi. I always brace myself for Maxi in these moments. So we open Effect Veiler. So one thing to keep in mind is this is 4 Cyber's bodies because we have Almiraj, so that's just good to keep in mind. So we have the Ash Blossom to hit Maxi, which is good. So here I special summon Sigma, and I'm trying to bait out the Fenrir because I'll special summon this extender, and then after that activates, Fenrir has the option to banish it, but he doesn't bite, which is fine. It's just a 1-for-1 trade. So I need to trigger. So I have my normal summon still, and the reason why is because I wanted to at least convert one of these into what's called an Almiraj in case I need an extra Cyber's body, which is what I would if a Fenrir banishes one of my monsters, you might need it. And what's interesting about this is if he Fenrir at this moment, I had no chance of OTKing. In fact, I would probably establish like he'd still transcode and then accrue advantage, but he'd survive the turn. But he did not. And I think this is kind of like one of those things where you're not too knowledgeable about the deck. He might be afraid of extenders or something like that. He doesn't know my hand. He doesn't really know why I'm playing this way. Unless he's me, and I can't project my knowledge on my opponent because sometimes they might not be what's called they either are not comfortable using their interruption until I commit more, or they just don't know what these Cyber's extenders are doing. So I'm really just spinning my wheels to bait the Fenrir. So we'll just keep going. We'll trigger the circular. So he has an imperm here, which, if I'm being honest, the Linger Revo here does not matter too much because it's just trading one body for a body, right? I lose the body here from Linger Revo trading itself, but I gain equation. Likewise, if I allow this to happen and keep the Linger Revo, I just lost the body because he denied me equation. So it comes out to the same thing. But really, I'm just trying to bait the Fenrir. So we get equation. So we get the Almiraj. So we really need this extra body because now we're just gonna. So we have. So I revive Alan Bershin just in case he decides to banish something else or something goes wrong, and I at least have the option to run over the Fenrir with Alan Bershin. We're gonna Splash Mage. He can still do something here. He still decides. Well, actually, there's no opportunity for him to activate, but here he can activate the Fenrir. And here I'm banking. Here, if he banishes the multiplication, I also have no way to OTK. But here, I think he's scared of access code, but I don't think he's aware of multiplication's effect. It's just a very kind of an obscure card that Mathmech plays. It's very fringe. So I don't blame him if he doesn't know that this is threatening his life right now. But he does not banish it. He banishes Talker, which is very, I think, kind of a logical decision if you don't have all the information out there. So here I just pivot, revive Cyber's, and go immediately to access code to using multiplication. You'll see. It's just better to just. So I go immediately to access code into using all 3 bodies. So here you do chain link 1 multiplication, chain link 2 access code talker, and that puts him at 8,600. It's just enough to poke swing for game. And I make sure to do I could have gone update jammer into access code, but I think it's this plays around more things. Like if he had a Veiler, if he had a Veiler, I'd be unable to deal damage. But it's not like update jammer would OTK in that scenario either. The other thing is, if he held an imperm for some reason, as soon as I pop the Fenrir, he'll be at 8,600 and he'll keep the attack boost, and imperm does nothing. Yeah, my effects will be negated, but since it was set to a certain value by multiplication, I keep the 8,600 attack so I can swing for damage. So here, we just jump up to 8,600, we pop the Fenrir, and it's over. He explodes. So kind of a scuffed game. I think there was a chance for him to win, but with Cybers, you can never be too sure if they have enough extenders. Maybe it was obvious. To me, it wasn't too obvious until I reviewed this replay where he could have banished. And I'm familiar with the deck, so imagine someone who's probably not on the other side of the table. I can't necessarily assume they're familiar with the deck. They're probably just trying to react to what I'm doing. And with that, I think he did have opportunities to win, but he didn't take it, and so we just took advantage of that. So it was an okay replay, going second. Fenrir is just in general annoying. It can answer access code after it resolves its effect, because then Fenrir will just activate on new chain and then banish the access code, which is why I had to do all the fancy maneuvering before. Anyway, that's all I have. Thanks for watching.